So Real Madrid are in a serious boom period when it comes to academy talents. So what is a boom period? It is when stocks are up, when things are going up, when there's growth. And the boom period is coming because of many players. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. Chema Andres, I made a video about him previously. Victor Munoz performing at Osasuna. Gonzalo Garcia is the first team player. Raul Santos is the first team player. And the guy who we're going to speak about, who in my opinion is the best, one of the best players in the world. That's how far I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna say one of the best prospects. I think this guy, he just has it. He's been performing. Who is it? It's Nico Paz. Because can I be honest with you, I don't think Nico Paz is the same player that he was even last season at Como. I don't even think that is the two. I don't even think they are the same player. I think he has improved so much. His quality went from year to year. He's even getting recognition from Totti, Roma's biggest legend, the guy who could have joined Real Madrid, but he decided he's going to be loyal to Roma. But either way, we're not going to glaze him. He even spoke good about Nico Paz. Nico Paz is not even Italian, and Totti is propping him up. So the reason why I'm even talking about Nico Paz is he's a former Real Madrid player, and he's a player who Real Madrid are going to bring back next summer, in which they have a buyback clause. And this player is worth 100 million. I'm just going to say it straight up. He's worth 100 million. Real Madrid have a serious buyback clause to where they can sign him for 20 million euros. I think it's even less. Like I saw during the transfer window, Nico Paz was almost signed by Tottenham for 70 million euros. Real Madrid can sign him for about 90% less, or about 70% less than that price. And they are going to in fact do it. We are going to speak now about Nico Paz, what type of player he has become, because he has become a serious talent. So what positions does he play? As of today, he plays central attacking midfield, central midfield, and right midfield. And I'm going to show you these clips. This is him performing in the matches. You can see he's a creator. He's one of those players that gets on the ball. He scans the area, scans everywhere, makes some majestic pass, or does some majestic turn, spin, skill moves. This guy looks like a magician on the pitch. Like when I say this guy's not the same guy of last season, I'm not joking. He plays like a whole different player. He kind of even, listen, just a slight bit, kind of even reminds me of Jude Bellingham. He's the Argentine Bellingham minus the defending. Listen, Nico Paz's defending is decent. It's not Bellingham level. But in attack, I think Nico Paz is not on Bellingham's level also, but I think he can get to that level because he's good at goal scoring. He has scored a few goals this season. He scored many goals last season. And he continues to score, continues to assist. His numbers go up and up and up. This guy's gonna be a Ballon d'Or winner. Now listen, we have Kylian Mbappe, Vinny Jr., all this stuff. But if Nico Paz wins trophies for Real Madrid, has a good season, wins the World Cup, then he's gonna win the Ballon d'Or. And when he joins Real Madrid, yes, it's gonna be competition for Arda Güler, competition for Jude Bellingham. But it is what it is. The more talent there is, I think the better. And now football is changing, there's more matches, all these different things. Nico Paz is going to fit perfectly in Real Madrid. He's from La Fabrica. I've heard people say, oh, we shouldn't sign Nico Paz, we should sign Adam Morton. And yes, Adam Morton is a good player, but come on now. Signing Adam Morton for 100 plus million or bringing Nico Paz back to Madrid for like 20 more. But I mean, this guy's a magician. He even scores free kick goals. That's how much he has improved. He's scoring free kick goals. He's the main man in Como. He's the number 10 for Como. And for players to wear number 10, do you know how good you have to be to wear number 10? This is his second season at Como. And I'm so happy that Real Madrid didn't sign him in this transfer window that just passed, because he needs this game time. You know, I always hear people say, send Arda Güler on loan, send Endrick on loan, send Nico Paz on loan. And you know, sometimes I think in my mind, sometimes I'm a bit pessimistic. And I'm thinking, maybe a loan is not going to do any good for them. It's probably going to drop their level down. They're probably going to come to Real Madrid and then they have to redo the whole developing at Real Madrid thing. But I am proven very incorrect. Because Nico Paz, when he returns to Real Madrid, is going to be an entirely different player to what he was when he left. In which before he left Real Madrid, when he played pre-season in the 2024/25 season, he played pre-season very good in my opinion. He showed in my opinion also that he should have actually been in the first team. But then he got sent to Como. And I was conflicted. I was like, why would you sell Nico Paz? Why don't you keep him? We need some players. Keep him. But the reality is, if they were to keep him, he would have been a reserve. Probably wouldn't even have scratch minutes. He would have been a reserve, barely developed. And I think everything happens for a reason, because look at how good he is now at Como. And I mean, listen, I don't want to make this now weird, but the guy's hair, the guy's even changed in his hairstyle. It's like he changed his hairstyle and now he's playing like a magician. It's like, you get what I'm trying to say. He's a different player. And you know what? I keep seeing people say Real Madrid need more creativity. And we have that in the team. We have Arda Güler. But if you take him out of the team, where you're going to find any creativity, you're going to find no creativity. Arda Güler is literally one of the most important players in Real Madrid. Like, no one can argue. The Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouameni fans, Valverde fans that on Twitter say that Arda Güler shouldn't be playing all this and that. Brother, do you see how the team plays when he's not on the pitch? They play absolutely just shocking. And if creativity is such a problem, I think what better to do than bring another creative player in, a Nico Paz. Like, remember, Real Madrid have always had a huge amount of creative players. You know, in Real Madrid's prime, which was 2014 to 2018, they had an insane amount of creative players. James Rodriguez, Luka Modric, Isco, Toni Kroos. And the list goes on. There were so many good attacking midfielders, so many good creative players. And I think that is the exact same case with Nico Paz. Bring him in. Bring him in. I don't care what you guys have to say. I know some of you guys are going to come with that, oh, we need a deep line playmaker, all this stuff. I agree. I fully agree. And I hope Real Madrid get that on the transfer window and in the transfer market. But right now, Nico Paz is definitely one of those players Real Madrid need to sign for next season. You know, I'm now going to speak about the other Real Madrid players, and especially the players in the international break. So we're going to speak about Arda Güler, who has been so insane. Like, this guy for Turkey, he's a monster. For Real Madrid, he's also a monster. And I think this is a very bold prediction I'm going to make. I think in El Clasico, the 26th of October, he's going to score in that El Clasico. Mark my words, listen, I can see these things. He's going to score in El Clasico. I think he's going to have a similar performance to what he had against Atletico. I think Arda Güler is on the ascension. Whether you like it or not, he's on the ascension. And he's going to be in the Ballon d'Or shortlist, because look at his goals and assists. In this season alone, this season has not even reached the middle point. And he has 12 goals and assists. Or I think 11. It's 11 or 12. To have that at this point of the season as a midfielder, that's insane. Have you guys been seeing how good the players from Brazil who play for Real Madrid have been playing in the international break? Vini Jr. Vini Jr. scored and assisted in this game. Vini Jr. is insane. I think he's back. Listen, I've been saying this for the entire season. Vini Jr., he has these moments where he just shows his old quality, shows his best form. Another player that we have to speak about is Rodrigo. Ancelotti used him as an attacking midfielder, as a number 10. And I think Ancelotti he has the keys to Rodrigo, he has the keys to Vini, and I think he needs to share those keys with Xabi Alonso. Another man that was also performing in the international break, Kylian Mbappe. Look at this goal, solo goal. This is the best player in the world. I don't want to hear anything anymore. No one can tell me different. No Lamine Yamal, no Rafinha. Kylian Mbappe is the best player in the world. But that is my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts there in the comment section. I will be reading, I will be responding. But if you enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Peace out.